Yeah, hello all. In this particular video, I actually thought to make a quick glimpse into how to do agile maturity assessment. So let me take a notepad. Okay. So in terms of the this particular agile maturity assessment, we may need to define the scope or the boundary of the particular activity. Say for example, am I going to talk about a team level assessment, or like am I going to talk about a program layer assessment, or am I going to talk about a portfolio level assessment, or am I going to talk about a leadership level or a executive level kind of an assessment. Okay. So based on the scope, or rather based on the boundary or the layer at which you are going to operate, basically the parameters used to change, and also the questions which are actually tagged to those parameters typically used to change. So just to begin the journey, let me take a team level assessment, and then I will walk you through the probable parameters in it. So once we get a glimpse on that particular parameters, we can then frame the questions, and then we can actually go to the extent of quantifying that particular connotation on the radar chart. So if you look into this particular article, parameters are areas to consider during agile transformation, and the below areas are mostly for a team level transformation. So if you keep going here, first I'm going to talk on the team dynamics. For example, sustainable space. You can also have some kind of a questions on whether the team is maintaining a team charter, working agreement, and something like dedicated to the team level dynamics you can actually capture over here. I will be showing you the sheet later wherein these things will be practically elucidated, but I just wanted to know you the but I just wanted you to know the high level concepts for now. So based on the team dynamics, then the second parameter could be the team environment, and then the third one is the product. So when I say product, it is mostly on the product owner and the product space of agility, typically from the product backlog. So here I have mentioned the product management strategy and the product vision. Do we have a clarity on the product vision? Use of a invest technique for actually vertically slicing the user story, like no independent, negotiable, valuable, estimatable, and followed by the small and the testable. Now, and also having clarity on the definition of ready and the definition of done. So, depending upon, okay, for example, if I wanted to know how the team is performing in terms of the agile maturity, then first of all, we need to define the parameters or the areas for assessment. Unless and until you define the high level parameters, it will be very difficult to get into the nitty-gritties of the questions pertaining to those particular parameters. And then if you actually look into the fourth thing is called the agile process mechanism. Here we are going to check on the effectiveness of the stand-up and retrospective, and converting the requirements into the user story, estimation, progress tracking, and followed by the reviews. Okay, here we can also have some kind of a questions pertaining to the impediment management, dependency management, risk management, because all these things come under the process, right? How am I managing my defects, delays, dependencies, impediments, and the risk? Okay, then the final thing what I have actually put over here is the agile engineering practices, which actually comes from the XP. So if you are taking a Scrum as a framework, if you are taking a now the point is this particular engineering practices, which is called as an XP, is actually going to predominantly take care of the team level technical agility, right? For example, test driven development, behavior driven development, feature driven development, story driven development, domain-driven design, CI/CD, and doing pair programming practices. All these things actually come under agile, like engineering practices. So what is that I'm trying to say is define the parameters on a high level and then co-create the sheet by actually working with the product owner, scrum master, and the team. Now, let me show you the radar and then I will go to the sheet. Okay, so if you take this particular article, now what I have written here, if you see, here I have mentioned, okay, attached is the image that I have created as part of the team level assessment. Attempt is made to increase the agile maturity index. Okay, now here, this includes the coaches, team members, managers, senior leadership. This tool can be used to focus it. Okay, now the point here is, what is the purpose? The purpose of the team agile maturity matrix tool is to assess the agile health for an organization team level. For example, if someone asks me to, if someone is asking me to create an assessment sheet at a portfolio level, then I will be thinking about the dynamic budgeting and the strategic themes and portfolio KPIs. So depending upon the level of execution, depending upon the level of operation, first you need to define the boundary or the scope. Only when you define the boundary or the scope of activities, then we can generate further clarity on what particular parameters or what particular traits can be measured. So here, once I plot all these parameters on the circumference of this particular circle, which is called a radar chart, then you can give a connotation. Say for example, 0 at the center of the circle and 4 or 5 at the circumference of the circle. And then what is more important is you may need to come up with a questionnaire like this. See, for example, okay, now the point is this: whenever you are creating an assessment questionnaire, or whenever you are creating a capacity planning sheet, or whenever you are creating an agile estimation sheet, don't jump into the sheet directly. First of all, create one sheet which is going to tell, hey, what are all the upcoming sheets in this particular Excel file? Because people tend to assume that what is there in our mind will be conveyed to them. But the point is that unless and until you explicitly call it out in the sheet, you cannot echo your thoughts to the audience. So first, any kind of a sheet you are creating, first try to define a guidelines or some kind of an instructions as the first sheet. Basically, this sheet is going to tell, hey, what am I going to do in this particular Excel file? What are all the parameters which I'm going to, okay, what are all the upcoming worksheets in this particular Excel file? And then if you go here I have defined the parameters. One is the team dynamics, team environment, then the product and the agile process mechanism, so on and so forth. And once you do an assessment, based on the final chart, we can actually put the dots on the radar, and then you can join the dots on the sectors or the segments. Okay, so now the point is this. Let me just take and see. 1 minute. Okay, see, many people think that agile transformation is like this. In my opinion, it is completely wrong. It is not like this. Agile transformation is you climb, once again you sustain that. Again you climb, once again you want to sustain that. Then like this. Okay, so this one you call it as a level 1, this one you call it as a level 2, and this one call it as a level 3. So once you reach a particular level of maturity, once you reach a maturity level, we also need to have checks and balances. Am I able to sustain agility over there? Over a period of time, am I able to sustain the value generation or sustain the agility over there? Okay, now the question comes, so how do you define agility? That is purely depending upon the ecosystem or the context and what are all the parameters which you have put over there. Generally, you can tell that if I have a consistent predictability, productivity, responsiveness, and quality, and I have a consistent No, if I have a consistency in the delivery outcome, and all my retrospective action items have been continuously tracked and also converted into user stories and been action, all these parameters can be taken as an indicator for the sustenance of agility. So I think I have introduced you to some extent on how to do this. Now the point is this: you can define the improvement phases here. For example, like many companies have something called a crawling, sitting, standing, flying, all those things. All it says is that I am going from the lower level of maturity to the higher level of maturity for that respective parameter which has been mentioned over here, which has been mentioned over here. So once you walk through this particular sheet with your team, and once you have created a consensus, probably you can block the time of the team and then do an assessment as a team. I actually wanted product owner, scrum master, and the entire team to be there, because in this particular assessment sheet, if I have some questions pertaining to the product space of agility, unless and until my product owner is there, how I can actually capture those particular insights or the inputs. So I wanted the entire team to be there, and then you can do this particular activity as a team, and then you can actually take the number. Okay, now when I am creating an outcome-based plan, I can even tell, as of now, I'm in the maturity level 1. Within the next 6 months, once I am executing my particular outcome-based plan, I need to go from level 1 to level 2. So you can create some aspiration, or you may create some goals as part of your agile transformation roadmap, right? So 1 minute, let me see whether I have it handy. Okay, sorry, I think I don't have it handy here, but I can quickly explain you. 1 minute, let me take a whiteboard. Okay, so the point here is, let us take like this. This is a one. I'm just deliberately putting different colors just to tell these are different things. I'll again put this one. Okay, let's use this. That's okay. Okay, now the point is product roadmap. Okay, you can actually take this as a product roadmap, and then you can take this as a project release planning. And this is the agile transformation roadmap. All right. This is the coaching plan. And this is the Kaizen or a continuous improvement roadmap. I'm just putting it as an improvement roadmap. Okay. Now the point is, once you do an assessment, periodically, you can also check that, am I doing enough justice, or am I doing enough coverage to all these 5 things? My product roadmap, visibility, clarity on the priority on the horizon. In terms of my project roadmap, it is actually fundamentally the milestone release, or the release planning, or the go live calendar, release calendar. It could be a major release or a minor release. And then probably I also create an agile transformation roadmap, and whatever the assessment outcomes, what we have actually factored, those particular assessment outcomes and the coaching plan and the improvement plan can be a potential building blocks for my agile transformation roadmap. And once the agile coach creates a coaching plan, that is the 4th thing. And the 5th thing is, whenever you are doing a retrospective, right? So whatever the action items you have collected there, as saying that, okay, these are all the action items which I need to improve, translate it into a feature or translate it into a user story, and then you can create a Kaizen backlog. So I wanted my teams, generally when I have my own team of teams, generally I will periodically ensure that all these 5 things are syncing up harmoniously, because my coach should not be coaching something else, and my agile transformation roadmap of priority should not be showing something else. Okay, all these 5 things need to be synced up. So with this particular thought process, given that particular assessment sheet, and I will also be sharing you the links of that particular post on this particular YouTube video. So, okay, so please do take time to look into the parameters. And if you want to co-create a sheet, or if you have, if you wanted any kind of a clarification to actually ameliorate your thoughts further, please feel free to reach out to me. Let's see, let's see what is the best value that I can provide to you. Of course, within the constraints. Okay, fine. Cheers. Bye.